This is how it is today on Pop Culture Minefield. This is how it is.
It's time for a little Funky Friday. From their funky hidden headquarters, your hosts, Keith and Gary. Not Jerry.
This is how it is today on Pop Culture Minefield.
Greetings, everybody. Happy Friday. I hope everybody watching the show has survived the week. Otherwise, we have dead people watching the show. There are two watching currently. Hopefully, it'll grow a wee bit. So, tonight we are talking about a much waited for return, House of the Dragon. We're going to talk about the first two episodes. Anima and I watched
We
them last
waited for
night.
2 years.
It's
Thank
ridiculous
God
how
we're
long it's
getting it.
taken.
Yeah.
And I don't even know if Keith has kept up with it. I'll give him a call here in a second, see if he's going to join us. But I don't know. Just it seemed like it kind of bugged me the fact that as the show began, I couldn't remember shit. I'm like, it's been so fucking long.
Yeah, that's
I
why I
forgot.
kept pausing it, because I remember surprisingly a lot.
Yeah, because all of a sudden the story's continuing. Wait, what happened here? Wait, what? I don't remember anything about it. So that's what she did. We stopped it and oh yeah, okay, now I remember that.
You just needed a word or two to like jog your memory.
Yeah, and we watched this what was supposed to be like an 8-minute video, but they were
That was
they
not
were
really
talking
helpful,
about
no.
the new episodes. They weren't talking about the previous season. And what we needed was a video for the previous season to remind us what the fuck happened in it.
I
Because
was
it's been
hoping that's what it
2
was.
fucking
Yeah.
years. That is the difference between a newborn and a fucking toddler.
Yeah.
And so that was kind of annoying to me, but
I was
at the same time,
disappointed because
once we figured it out.
Yeah.
What?
But when I saw that 8-minute thing, I was like, oh, that's nice. They kept us waiting, but at least they give us a recap of season 1, and then it's not anything
It's not.
to do with.
You
It's
got
about the
bamboozled.
new, yeah, it's all about the new episode. It's like, oh, this isn't helping us.
They could have done that
Snortopoopas
for
is
us.
here. What's up,
Hey, Snorty.
Snortopoopas?
I just met him
So-
over in Mike's chat.
Now Loki is hopefully going to join us.
Oh, he told me he's going to be there for the second hour, and he's trying to be there earlier because he has a busy day on Friday. But he absolutely wants to be there because he loves the show, or at least he loves talking about it.
I'm looking for Keith right now. There he is. So. Can you hear the phone?
No,
No.
your background noise filter is too good.
What? I'm on X because I like to be there to use the chat in case
You know
somebody.
it's pronounced Twitter, right?
Number, and I'll call you back as soon as I can. Thanks.
At the tone,
Ah.
please record your message. When you have finished recording, you may hang up
Get
or
ready,
press
nerds.
1 for more options.
Hi, Mr. Moncrief. This is Wilbur down at the shop, and you left something here. I don't know what it is. It looks like a wallet. Give me a call back. Okay, thanks a lot.
I love it when he does that. Leave
You know
retirement
he's got to
message.
check for his wallet, right?
I scared the shit out of Julia and Dale one day because they picked up the phone and I left a message because I leave fucking messages for people. No, it's Walter, and I've fallen in my bathroom and I can't reach the string to pull for the alarm. I'm hoping this is this the office. Can you please call 911 and send an ambulance over because I can't get out from between the toilet seat and the wall. All right, thank you. They're like, why would he call us? Who is Walter?
Did Dale call
Well,
you
Finally,
for that?
Dale was like, really, like, what the hell is going on? And I think he said something to the camera. There's something wrong with that boy when they figured out it was me.
Oh, did it make your asshole clench?
oh, I don't need that image.
Dale
Let me
is the
view.
only
Let
who
me
can
run
do
this video to clean my mind.
Hey, fuck you, Kyle.
Fuck you, Kyle.
Hi, Zax, and that's not what I said. And get your ass on the panel.
Yeah, you should be joining us, dude. What the fuck? We should have a show where there's no chat. It's all panel.
Yeah, right? You want to talk,
Nobody
you come on
watching
the
the
panel.
show. All the audience are in the show. Well, I told a long time ago. My goal was to do a live show with an audience for Keith and I,
Mhm.
and all the hijinks and silly shit that I would say to make him laugh to see how it worked on a live audience. And we kind of had one because like for our first few months, you could hear Kevin, the guy behind the camera, giggling at some of the shit that I would say to Keith because we were actually shooting in the same room, sitting right next to each other. I miss those days. I really do. I miss doing that with Keith. I'd still like to get to that point because I know that in town, one of the comic shops wanted to host us and give us the game room to do the show. And
It's
I'd
still a
still like to see if he's
possibility.
interested in doing it.
If
Well,
he's
yeah.
interested, that's very possible. You just need to get back to Springfield, but that's just a matter of time.
I think that's Keith calling. Yes, let's see.
I
Answer.
like how the two of you are the women in the background,
Hello.
and I'm just the coat of arms.
Hey, Keith. So, hey, doing pretty good, man. We're doing the show right now. Got you live. We are talking about the new 2 episodes of House of the Dragon, and I know you enjoy that show.
Oh, well, yeah, good show. Way better than the
Last 3
the
seasons of
show.
House of Game of Thrones. Why don't you head on over and join us? We're in the studio now.
Okay.
All right. See you when you get here.
Okay, fine.
All right, bye.
I mean, we
Okay.
cannot do a show about the blacks and the greens without having a black guy, right?
I've just got to bring it up again. I've just like nobody's
And
about they're called the black. They refer to them in the first episode as the black something club or some weird shit like that or clan.
Clan, I think,
And
something.
I can't remember and I'm just like nobody's gonna notice that this is really racist what they're doing.
I will
so
never
fucking
forget how
weird.
you broke the panel on the finale of season
Dude.
1.
dude, they make name or Mexican crossing a river and drying his back.
Yeah, I know.
to
Could
the
you
15.
imagine if they had a Hispanic clan and they just called them the Beaners?
I don't see it
Oh,
so far
nobody will get pissed about
from
that.
happening.
Safe travels, Sax. Where are you going to?
And I'm still trying to get my buddy Chris.
Maybe he can
to
visit you.
join us.
No, I mean, Europe's a continent, so that's not very precise.
Yeah, it's a continent, yeah, but
Going
the
to
size
Europe.
of a mall.
And what part of Europe? Middle.
But that's where
That's
I
kind
am.
of
So.
Germany.
You know, most
the south
most
of
of
Germany qualifies as middle.
most of European countries are roughly the size of a state in the United States, right?
Well, that's what they are. The countries are really states in Europe, and it's just
They are, and some are tiny.
Like you.
Liechtenstein. Liechtenstein
Oh,
is
like
this very tiny kingdom bordering Switzerland. You can cross that on foot in
Portugal,
like 2 hours.
Belgium, little tiny countries that you could
No,
trip and fall out of.
I'm talking like super tiny. Liechtenstein, you can walk across in 2 hours. That's how tiny it is. Cities are bigger than
For
that. in
American,
states.
she said Liechtenstein.
Fürstentum Liechtenstein. There you go.
Well,
Try to pronounce
well,
that.
you're the only American in the panel, so we don't
I
care
just
how you say
for
it.
Americans listening.
Thank you.
Americans listening. For Americans listening, she
You don't
said
need to translate
Liechtenstein.
me. They understand me just fine. Fuck you.
I love the way she talks. It's so sexy, loving.
Yeah, especially when I drop F-bombs on you, right? You enjoy that.
Oh my God, last night I wanted to tell you, Kingsport Cal was just macking on Nadia. Like, who's the hot chick with gray hair? It's Nadia. It's our friend Nadia.
Nadia has gray hair.
We
I don't
should
think I've ever seen her.
we should tell Nadia that he's joking because at
I
some
did.
point
I said he's just joking. He's just messing around. I told her that because she's like, "Well, I'm happily married." I said, "Don't worry about it. He's just messing around. He's joking." Because then his next joke was, "Yeah,
I don't
know,
feel your husband.
I could beat you. Yeah, I don't feel your husband. I can handle your husband." I'm like, "Oh my God, Cal is so fucking funny."
Yes.
But she, I enjoyed last night because there was something Siskel and Ebert between Greg and Nadia because and me included. There just I would pause and I just listen to the two of them go back and forth, and that was fun. One loving the movie, the other one having problems with it, and that really reminded me of watching Siskel and Ebert. So you'll catch if you watch last night's episode, you'll catch me being quiet every once in a while and just sort of listening to those two. And then I made the comment, "This is like Siskel and Ebert." I love it. I love that feel. And so what we're going to try to do more on Thursday is to try to focus a little more on the films. But last night, really, it's not the greatest John Carpenter film. It really isn't. It's one of the 3 apocalyptic films he made, his trilogy, but it's really not the best. And so we ended up like kind of going into horror in the 80s, and we would talk about the film, then we'd drift. And it was a typical kind of ADD episode, but it was everything was connected, and I like that. And they call it the
Someone new.
Hawaii of Europe. Oh my God,
Welcome,
that's
Nelson.
almost as bad as my joke. Hey, Nelson Moreno, what's up, man? I like the Boondocks, so cool artwork on your avatar. But he's going to the Azores, the
Oh,
Portuguese islands in the Atlantic. Okay, that'll be nice.
I mean, yeah, technically they are Europe, but they are like not really Europe.
Just remember, you're not.
No,
Don't let them confuse you with an American and remind them you're Canadian. You get treated
Portugal
bad.
is Europe.
Yes, but they are islands and they're Portuguese. It's like Fuerteventura is an island and it's Spanish, but it's on the coast of Africa. That's how European it is. I'm just saying.
Oh my God. These
Just because they
German
belong to
people.
Europe doesn't mean they're very European.
Yeah, the Germanic people and their fucking wanted to take over everything.
Take Canada belonging to the British Crown. Not the same fucking thing. Anyway,
What was
end of
it,
geography lesson. End of
Norm
geography lesson. I'm
Macdonald.
losing hope here.
Norm Macdonald, before he died, did this stand-up routine for the farewell to David when he was leaving David Letterman. And it was an emotional stand-up routine because when he was done with the jokes, he actually choked up because it was like he was getting ready to cry because he loves David so much. But he told this great joke and he's like, everybody's looking at the Middle East, like Iran, Iraq, always being the troublemakers, right? But I want to remind you, only one country invaded other countries in 2 separate world wars. They went to war with everybody. And I'm talking about you, Germany. I'm watching Germany. They're up to something. They're always up to something. And they just recently did some crazy shit, legal shit that just, I don't know, confounded me. I'm like, how can you say that with a straight face?
Wait.
He is sex
If you
scamming me.
say that the Azores are not Portuguese.
No, I say they're not really Europe. They are European, but they are not
Oh,
really.
so what
Nice.
can we say about the Falklands?
Same fucking thing.
They have a really
They
good
are-
population of penguins. I love that about that country. Hey,
Jordi
Deepa's here
Lions.
and Jordy is here. Yep.
So much time without seeing you.
So we're 15 minutes in, and we should get ready to start talking about the episode. First episode.
Boom.
Um,
There you have it.
I'm hoping we don't get claimed on this. I was in a rush to make these slideshows, and I didn't get to make them the way I normally do. There was no time. Just went for a walk after lunch. Damn, summer. I haven't eaten yet today. I'm just sort of fasting again. But now I get your joke, Zax, that the Azores of the Hawaiis of Europe. And yeah, you're right.
Yeah, if you look up where they are, quite a bit off the coast, very southern for Europe. So,
Hey, Reed is
And-
here. What's up, Reed?
hi, Reed.
We have now gotten up to 17 watching. Keith will be
Right.
here on Black Guy time, so I don't know when he'll get here.
Why is it
And I'm not
not
sure
running?
when Loki will be here. What?
But Loki said he can make the second hour and maybe jump in a little earlier than that. That's what he told me when I dropped into his chat. Maybe we should start this by talking about the new intro because it's so different from the intros they've done before.
Yeah, it's a tapestry
short-
animation.
Yeah, it's showing us the story being stitched onto a cloth, and there's also blood spreading out. The musical theme is the same, but I like
And the
look.
blood, the blood looks like dye on it. It's really interesting the way they do it.
It does, but they've always had blood on the intros. It just for some reason it seems very more old school compared to the other intros they do, which makes sense. This is a prequel.
I don't think it fully downloaded, Martin. It only says it's 10 seconds.
Okay.
Oh,
Yeah.
Dream Elements out there swinging for us, going, hey, man,
Whoa.
love this show.
75.
Give this show a little love. Don't forget to
Yeah.
like, subscribe, and leave a comment at the end of the show. It helps with the algorithm, and also I like reading them.
hit that
Ones I
like
don't
button as
enjoy.
if it was a
I mean,
rat.
I get a kick out of some of the people that are trolls. They wander by.
Uh,
A lot
That-
of blathering
is-
on your show. Well, it's a talk show, dipshit.
hey, boss.
Yeah, man.
I'm looking at the files on the shared folder, and that is what it is. 10 seconds.
Well, that's fascinating
Seven-
that we're only
Seven-
just now discovering this. Very, very odd.
Yeah, the second one, it is complete.
First
I'm
one says
sorry, I
it's
should have-
47 minutes. Oh, that's the second one. They're not in order on the server. Yeah, the second one's only 10 seconds. That's really fucking odd. So I'm going to delete it. Delete. Throw it in the trash. Away it goes. into the recycle bin. Now I'll into the recycle bin. Yes. Everything in there.
I'm still seeing it. Changes have not
We'll
propagated.
go away in
yet.
a second. And
Can you
now
call
I will
Martin?
go.
Well, so Renetis is in. How is it? This girl called the Targaryen one?
Rhaenyra?
Rhaenyra. She changed, but her friend is the same actress.
No, they're both the same. They were aged up halfway through season 1, and they're still the same 2 actresses.
No, Rhaenyra started being this girl that is going to be Supergirl now, Millie Alcock.
That was the girl version. The woman version
Yeah,
is
but
that
but
actor who
the
doesn't want to be woman or man, and she's still the same. Nothing
So
changed.
pull
with
up the
actors.
episode, Martin, and
What?
just pause it. Pull up the episode and just pause it, and occasionally skip forward a little bit.
the second one, because
The first
first one
episode.
is first episode is the one that is truncated.
Yeah, it's 10 seconds. And
He's not.
it's
He's
no
not
good.
talking about the slideshow. He's talking about the episode.
No, I'm
Or?
talking about the episode.
Yeah,
Yeah,
the
I'm
full episode. And we
talking
just
about the
skip
episode
forward to it.
Okay.
Yeah, that's
pull it up.
That's what Martin didn't get.
Not that one, to pull the episode up over on
That's what I'm trying
whatever
to tell him.
site you
Gary.
watched on.
What?
Hold
Oh,
on.
Because I can't
Okay,
share
Martin.
my screen. You need to share your screen and pull up the full episode, the actual
Let me-
show for episode 1.
let,
And then
let me
just
look.
skip forward
Let-
on it so we can actually,
Let me look for it.
because apparently the my renders, they're rendering while I was asleep. So, oh well.
Link in private chat, Martin.
Nope.
Give it some time.
Now
It
it
takes some time sometimes. Yeah, Gary is posting stuff,
Okay.
and sometimes it takes up to 20 seconds. But I mean, I took some very rudimentary notes during the first episode. I was too tired during the second, but I wrote down some points of most important things that happened. So that might help too. Maybe. I don't know. Is it working?
Yeah. Without audio.
At the beginning, just the
Yes.
beginning.
Yeah,
You
turn
can
off
skip,
audio. Mute it.
Turn off audio, yeah, and you
Ah,
can
shit.
skip. It should show. Yeah, just jump to where that blue thing ends. Because
Yeah, see
that's
the little
just-
blue highlight on the play line? Just
That's
skip
just
to
some scenes
that.
from the first season. We don't really need that.
And it's playing with show.
It didn't help us really.
It needs to be paused. Otherwise, they're going to claim us.
Well, you can.
And now
Can you just
use
Gary? Hold on, I have an idea.
use the
Can you
10
just use
second
the-
on the bottom right of the
Yeah.
screen. There is the little thing
Exactly.
that says 10 seconds. And you just skip forward. with
That's
that.
what I was suggesting. That way we're not playing, so we shouldn't get claimed. Just keep clicking it.
And this is the son talking. He's now a man. I forget his name, but they're going to take the oath and go to the north. And so they're drawing stones out of a bag. Everybody gets a white stone except for one person. One person gets a black stone, and that's the person that gets to go to the north.
Well, that's just the voice of a member of the Stark family. We don't need to know which one, but we see a raven flying over Winterfell, and then the voice we hear is, of course, Stark, someone from the Stark family.
Remind me again, how many years is this before Game of Thrones?
200 something, if
Okay.
I remember correctly. Couple generations.
Couple?
I don't have the notes from the early
There's like
episodes.
8 generations.
Yeah, it's a couple.
Oh, the elevator.
I only started doing proper notes halfway through the season when Gary started having me do a breakdown. So I have those. I found those this morning, but I don't have the others.
I'm curious with the audience, are you guys watching the show? What are your thoughts on this first episode of the season? How did you react to it?
Yeah, let us know what you think.
Because I like that we open up the new season up the wall in the north, and they bring up the fact that we're not just holding out enemy, we're holding back evil.
Death, that's what he says. We're holding back death.
And death, yes.
And I don't know
And-
whether they know about the White Walkers or not, because in season 1, I don't think we've covered the North at all, except for tactical meetings and short scenes. But there was nothing about the wall in season 1, right? So it
Yeah, I
kind of
don't
has you
recall.
wonder what's the situation up there, and this is when we learn about it.
Well, Matt Smith is great in this show. Although I get sick of
Especially
seeing
when
his
he's not
naked
showing
ass.
his ass. He's
Yeah,
not showing it
when
so
he's
far,
just
so good.
acting, he's great. The minute his naked butt comes on screen, I just kind of got to get up and go purge, and then
I
come
have
back.
a feeling that if we get to see a naked butt, it's going to be Alicent's, because she just keeps banging the commander of the Kingsguard. And every time she tells him, we can't do this again. This is the last time. And 10 minutes later, you see them at it again.
Hey, Tim. Tim is here.
And by
Well,
the nice.
if I'm going to
I
be,
can do it. I'm doing it. Shut up. Go do
Please.
what you're doing. Fuck you guys. Fuck both of you. Tired of both of your crap today. Let's see. Randy.
And I was just getting started because I was at work all day.
By what name are you known?
There are some who call me Tim.
yeah,
Did
and,
it play?
Yes, it did.
yes.
Because I didn't
please,
see it.
please take control of the chat
Yep.
if they can be controlled, because our chat is unruly.
Tim, it's been said
I have no
before, Gary's
game
on
streams
farmland
because I don't have internet for it.
Yep.
Yeah, my internet couldn't handle the gaming streams.
We could always stream a game of chess.
Eh. Good night. No, he's on.
I heard in this episode, Matt Smith gets really cheeky.
Oh, no.
Yeah, I'm just going to hide that again.
Yeah, too much sausage for me.
Yeah. And no one thinks about me anyway.
Of course not, Devon. He's faking it. You have to see him watching the show. He giggles like a little girl every time he sees those chicks.
Actually, when we watched that scene, Gary paused it and went back because he couldn't believe it. And it was really there, and then we both agreed that nobody needed to see this. It's a very pale ass. And also not very manly, but anyway, let's not talk about
That sounded so racist of you.
Keith, hi.
I think it's time for this.
This doesn't mean anything, honey. I still love you.
In case you don't remember, they split up their duties between the Dragon Riders to control the situation. And she just got back after a long shift because she's controlling the biggest part of the coast on Melee's her dragon, and Rhaenyra has disappeared. So he is just ordering her out. Go back on your dragon, and you need to find my wife. We need to find her because she's grieving the loss of her son. So she's beside herself. She's not herself right now. You need to find her. So that's what she has to do. Because also,
hold on. I need to answer that question. I got to ask the question. I got to answer it. Does Gary prefer Smith's or JCVD's ass? And I'm going to tell you, it's not even a contest.
No.
I would oil JCVD's ass any day of the fucking week. He has got the plumpest little round ass in the world. And that's all I got to say about that.
Okay.
I don't think he would be okay with that.
Much. I'm a little gay.
The reason Daemon can order her around like that is that he's still holding it against her that she had the opportunity at King Aegon's crowning ceremony
to kill them all.
Yes, because she escaped. She was held captive in the city. She escaped. She made her way to her dragon Melee's, and they broke through the floor of the church.
Right.
And she was standing there on her dragon in front of the whole royal family. She could have killed them all. And she decided this is not on her. This is not her war to end, and just flew away. And to this day, and until he dies, probably, Daemon is holding that against her. So she just goes back on her dragon and flies out to find Rhaenyra.
Equally, I prefer to live in ignorance.
Yeah.
Exactly, a rhetorical question, D-Bud.
Yeah.
You knew the answer. For those of you not in the know, a rhetorical question is a question you already know the answer to and you don't require a response.
This is still probably...
Oh, shit. Keith, talk. Fuck.
This is still probably this is probably the best looking show. And for the amount that is spent per episode and for a full season is still probably worth its weight really in gold compared to anything that Disney now has on the air. So,
well, they have good writers. I mean, Rhaenyra's character is still so interesting, and she has one fucking line in this episode. One line.
Yeah.
The rest
but I mean, it's also the cinematography. You know, how you can spend that much money and make everything look like it's just cheap television.
Yeah.
Or have everything just kind of...
You mean
bland.
like Kathleen Kennedy does?
Oh, well, I'm going to go ahead and say it. It's The Acolyte. And how can you even think that you're going to compete? And you know what?
There were posts the other day, by the way, just so excited about that character using a lightsaber to cut her hair. And oh my God, that was so awesome. I'm like going, you really don't understand lightsabers and what they're used for, if that excited you.
Neither hair.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's unfortunate. And the thing is, I don't even think half the people even quote unquote being impressed on social media are truly impressed. You know, I think they're just saying that to get by. It's clearly one of the worst shows on the air. And it isn't just the writing. And while some of the people that they've had in that cast are people that are capable of incredible performances, it is embarrassing how bad consistently the scripts are, which is the only consistent thing really about that entire series.
And I got to tell you too, the acting is terrible. It's really bad. They're picking people not for their skills and talent, but for their social positions.
Yeah.
You know, and it's just, it shows. It's lowering the quality.
The only thing that show accomplishes is proving that there's actually a way of being worse than the Rings of Power.
Yeah, you didn't think it could get worse. Yes, it can get worse. Never
seriously, guys. Seriously, you don't remember the freaking Kenobi show? Kenobi was even worse than this.
Kenobi was just dumb on a level that has heretofore never truly been achieved in taking a successful character and showing how badly you can use it. So, I mean, I will always give Kenobi the award for all-time worst if we're talking about Star Wars. But as far as shows currently on the air, Acolyte basically is the worst. It is just the worst. And it's a lot to even say this, but they found a way of even being worse than Discovery right now. You know? And that's saying a lot, even coming from me. So.
Oh, Penny, that's nice.
Hello, Penny.
Oh,
Penny.
Keith, remember you're married.
I am married. But that doesn't stop me from saying hello to Penny.
Yeah, but in that voice. Ooh.
Yeah, you got to do it. You know, like Joey. You know, how you doing?
Yeah.
How you doing?
Oh, how much to spend a little time with you, Penny?
Mind if I give you a good smack on the rear?
I think Penny's worth the cost.
It's been so long since you and I hung out. I was talking about it earlier that I miss those days when you and I would do the show in the room together. And I would say things sometimes so funny that Kevin, when he was directing the show, would be behind the camera giggling because he didn't believe what I just said.
Gary?
Because I told you a long time ago, I've always wanted to do our show live with a live audience.
Yeah.
Looking at the screen, don't you have anything to say, Gary?
Oh, I'm just so glad they got the blacks here. Nobody thought that was going to be a race issue. And I'm like, are you fucking crazy? You've made them all black, and you call them the black.
They're not all black. They are not all black. That's what makes it even more absurd.
Yeah. Well, thank you, Ann Sarnoff, for this. This is your gift.
Yeah, that was her thing. She did that.
Yeah.
By the way, we have a monkey in the house.
Uh-oh.
Hey, Monkey Jeebus is here. Milli Vanilli is on Game of Thrones. Yeah, there you go.
They had hair like that. That's right.
Did anybody watch that biopic about them?
I haven't still, but I got it.
No, there's
I
also a
watched it.
German
I
movie
didn't
about
like it.
them.
I felt like they were being very dishonest with
They know
when they knew. And I call bullshit on some of the things he claimed about how they got treated. And I'm like, that's some bullshit right there. So, but past that, I did enjoy the film.
I went to watch the German movie that came out last year. See how good that is, because it has an actor in it.
Oh, the one about what's his name? The German
screen right now.
Twas the blackest. Jesus Christ.
Are we? Oh, geez, you've got to be able to at least.
Somebody on the set needs to go, do you really want the black guy saying that? Maybe we should change what these people are called so
No.
it doesn't come off as
that was
racist.
a challenge for everybody behind the camera to not burst out laughing every time it came up. It seems like that.
I swear to God. I would be, because you know I'm an asshole, I would be chuckling every time a line like that was delivered. You know, and going, man, you're lucky Eddie Murphy or fucking I just forgot his name. Oh my God, great black comedian Richard Pryor weren't here. They would just
Richard Pryor have a field day with that.
I can imagine it was fun for the actors too.
So let me get this straight. You hired a bunch of black people. That's great. And what do you call them in the movie? The blacks.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm okay with that, but I'm watching you.
Martine,
I want to watch where this is going.
Skip forward faster. Martina will be here till tomorrow.
Okay.
You know, season 1 writers for Saturday Night Live and Richard Pryor would have had a field day with this.
Oh my God. Oh, it's ridiculous, brother. It's ridiculous. But I can't help it. I love this show.
Mm-hmm.
I really do. And I also like that we get dragons right from the beginning.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
because we had to wait seasons to get dragons. And I mean, full-fledged fucking flying
Plus-
around killing people
Well,
dragons.
Look-
It was
in Game
3
of
seasons,
Thrones,
right?
In Game of Thrones, they weren't really around anymore until she finds those eggs and is able to hatch them. They were supposed to.
Now I
be
feel
died
bad for
out.
this actor, by the way, because he's the twin. He has a
Wait,
twin, but it's actually him. It's the same actor playing both characters. Okay. And I'm just going to say that what it's like, could you imagine somebody going, well, we're going to kill your twin brother in this episode? Oh, well, I'll still have my role, right? No, you kill yourself afterward. It's like, are you fucking kidding me? You're firing me. What the fuck, dude?
Well,
You know-
and look at the armor. Look at the detail. There is a reason why House of the Dragon, in my opinion, is the #1 show of its type, because everybody takes their job seriously. Not just the actors, not just the writers, not just the set people, even the costume people. In your face, Rings of Power. You guys can't do nothing right. I mean, look at this guy's armor. Look right at it.
The costumes in Rings of Power look
Yeah,
very
the
cheap
ornate
costumes.
designs, everything.
Yeah.
Keith, you're just being misogynistic.
Yeah, I
No,
know.
he's
They'll
right.
burn
He's
me
right.
later.
Hey, Six
Rings
is
of
here.
Power costumes look so cheap. Hi, Six.
Hello, Six.
Six.
Yeah, they're not
Hey.
really dragons. You're right,
We
Monkey.
know that. We've talked
They're not
about
really
that on season
dragons.
one.
They are wyverns. They're dragons have
That's-
4 legs.
Yeah.
And wings,
I th-
whereas wyverns have winged forearms.
So they
I
were just getting
thought
ready to
the-
shoot at the dragon because the Greens have dragons too. But when the dragon came close enough, they could tell that it is Rhaenyra on her dragon because she spotted something on the beach and is going for it. They're just scared. There could be a dragon invasion by the Greens. That's why they prepare. And this shows us the bad family life of King Aegon II because he doesn't give a shit about his wife. He's not listening to what she says. She's the one who has the hallucinations, the visions.
Mm-hmm.
But he's just keeping
I
her
do
locked
like
away in
also
the
that
room.
they're not afraid to kill characters quickly.
Mm-mm.
They're really not. And that's impressive on a show. I thought for sure, when twice during the first 2 episodes that she was getting close to being killed, her character. And I
Yeah,
was shocked
instead
she
it-
survived.
One of the murders was shocking, like really shocking. You know which one I'm
Oh,
talking
it is. It's just a brutal moment. It's done slightly off camera, but
Oh my
you know what they
goodness, what
did.
is happening
hear it.
here?
Oh,
You
she's
hear
having a
it.
big O. She's having a big O because
Yeah,
Sir Christine,
Christian.
whatever his
Cole.
fucking name is,
Kristen
Cole.
Cole.
Oh!
Sir Kristen Cole.
is doing a little goblin. Now I don't know why he had to take his armor
Flix.
off.
6 is
What?
getting
Oh
a
my
$20
goodness,
super
6.
sticker. You are
You're a sweetheart.
awesome.
We love you
Thank
so
you
much.
so much.
I've
Thank you.
always preferred you, Six. I do, man.
I hope one day
She's
I'll
too
be on panel
lazy
with
to-
you.
She's too lazy to send her usual.
Can you tell how happy Gary is that he doesn't get shit today?
Well, just
Oh,
look
what
at
did-
the.
What did Monkey
Well,
say
the day
here?
is young.
Game of Thrones even has the tall whites. What? Remind me what he's talking about.
Don't know.
I have forgotten so much of that show. I really have.
Me too. Me too. It's been so long, and I've been so disappointed with the last couple seasons. I
Well, I
was
gotta
Hey,
really
tell
somebody
you,
disappointed.
I
give
did not-
Six a video.
Oh,
I did not
absolutely.
watch the first 2 seasons of the show. Kevin Watkins, you remember our late friend that
Yeah.
self-ended his life. God, I fucking miss Kevin. Kevin
too.
brought the entire series all the way up to season 5 for me to watch. And I sat there and I watched all of it. All caught up with the new season. And I'm hooked. And I got one good season. And then after that, 7 and 8 just garbage. Yeah, and even 6 had problems. But man, the
started
first
happening
5
in six,
seasons,
Yeah,
1 through 5 were fantastic.
Just-
absolutely.
When you use good sets and you have great actors and great costumes. I mean, look at how this set is lit. This is again better than anything else currently running on TV. I'm sorry.
That's a low bar, Keith. That's a
it
very low
it
bar.
is for a lot
That's
of
a low
shows.
bar. That's a low bar.
Well, you know, it'll just stay down there
Trying
with.
to find a good video, but I'm thinking I should play our new 80s Fright intro. What do you guys think? Is that a cool new song? What do you think?
Go with it.
Do it.
I do it
now.
I'm doing it now. This is for you, Six.
Welcome to Fright Night. For real.
This is where it is. This is where we go. This is the place for scares. It's a little horror show. Not just any night. It's 80s Fright here on Pop Culture Minefield. It's 80s Fright.
Bud.
We had almost 100 people watching us last night, dude. It was pretty cool. We kept seeing the numbers going up. A lot of them coming from X, and had a lot of good interactive people talking. And I got to tell you, Nadia and Greg, when they get going, I feel like I'm just sitting there watching Siskel and Ebert again as a kid. When they would go at it over a film they don't agree on. It was fun. No real argument. It was just disagreement and
Yeah.
talking about it.
Yeah. Well,
And
it's fans talking.
Yeah, and I loved watching that. And I'm like, oh, fuck, I'm on the show. I better remember to talk.
Well,
But I don't know.
congratulations.
It's not like
Okay.
I'm pulling a Keith or oh, I just forgot her fucking name. Our friend, she's part of our team, and I can't remember her name now. Special
Nadia?
effects makeup.
No,
Special effects makeup.
Nadia.
Brittany.
Talking to Keith. Brittany, thank you. Brittany Greer. I have you guys on to talk with Phil Morris the first time. You guys kind of forgot you're doing a show or an interview. It's like you started fanning out a little bit.
Yeah,
Nerding out.
it was difficult for me not to completely fan out with him, you know, so.
Yeah, and he's just a really sweet guy. I was kind of hoping you would run into him when you were in Hawaii.
Question:
I was
Is
hoping
if she
was.
crying because of the dead dragon or the rider of the dragon?
She is crying because she just
Over
found
her
on
son,
the
she
beach-
found his body.
No, not his body. She found his
No, he-
cloak that she made and part of the wing of the dragon.
Oh, well, I saw claw marks in it, so I thought it was the body.
No, it's just whatever's left of them because they were torn to pieces in the air. And I think this is one of the reasons why the funeral is so different because there's no body. They're
Yeah.
just
By the
pieces.
way, I want to
We know
post
that.
these two here. Absolutely. And Fanzine is one of the best. I've been friends with the guy for 5 fucking years, man.
That's Greg, right?
Yeah, great.
Yes.
He and I've been friends for a long time. It's kind of fun. We do a show now together once a month. It's just I love hanging out with nerds. Don, what about Don Ecker? Ask Don Ecker what?
Something about the tall whites. Forget it. Nobody knows what.
Oh,
he's talking
you know what he's talking about? Actually, I do now. He's talking about the aliens that are the tall, blonde, Scandinavian-looking aliens. So yeah, I know what you're talking about now. I get it.
How is that related to Game of Thrones, though?
Because the tall, white-haired people.
Oh, okay.
It's Scandinavian-looking.
Anyway,
'Cause
this
that's
is an
what they are.
important
The
scene.
Daenerys' family. You know, forget their name. Now, I want to point out she's a very good actor, and anybody that ever watched the Psycho prequel Bates Motel TV series, she was the girl on there that he really cared about. Norman Bates, the neighbor.
She was also in the movie Ready Player One, female lead. Very
Yeah.
well done.
Yeah.
A
that's
film that I only watched 10 minutes of, then fast forwarded to the end so I could see how it ends and went, okay, and walked away.
It was okay.
I
It
was
was
so
okay
not
to watch.
interested in it.
No, it
I was
was
not
okay.
interested.
We just skipped over a very important scene because we
And we
saw,
got a
I
sequel
think that was
coming.
the first
Mhm.
council meeting that King Aegon II has, and he's so bad at ruling. He wants to be a friend to his people, and he has to answer requests. And one of
Well,
the guys
either he
says,
wants to be
"Please
a
play
friend
my
or he gets
goat."
angry later and wants to kill somebody. It's
Yeah,
like
but
he's kind of all
taking
over the
bad
place.
decisions. He's not acting like a king, not at all.
And his grandfather is trying to direct him, and he wants nothing of it.
No. Well, he inherited the hand, and that's a weird thing to do.
Why is
And
not
this is
Aemon the king?
because Aegon is the king. Aemon is the younger brother.
Hmm.
Aegon is the
I
older.
mean, Matt Smith. How is not he the
Because
king?
he is married to Rhaenyra, who should
Yeah.
be the heir, but remember, he got a son with Alicent. And so the son is the king,
Oh,
and that's Aegon. Remember, Rhaenyra grew up as the heir of the throne, and then the baby came into the world, and all of a sudden the king had a son. So of course the son was to inherit the throne, and that's the conflict that's going on. Because remember, in season 1, the crown was stolen and given to Rhaenyra, so they kind of are both. She goes
everybody.
seven kingdoms, and he goes the king. Only he was crowned officially; she wasn't. But to many people, she is the legitimate queen.
She is our Game of Thrones expert, guys. That's all I got to say.
And I was so surprised last night how much I remember, given that this was 2 years ago, and I often have difficulties remembering stuff.
And
that
I
a
didn't
movie
remember
a
shit.
couple days
I'm
ago.
like,
Well,
I don't know,
but
it's-
it's easy with shows that you can easily give a darn about because the
mhm.
people making it give a darn. I mean, that's really
I'm
what
just
it comes
super
down
nerd
to.
for this.
Did you take a lesson from Scott and say in not cussing? What's going on there with that? Darn.
Well, I'm having to, as we get closer and closer to adding to the family, I'm
Oh,
You're trying to PG your life back up and get a little
Yeah.
G-rated. I got you.
yeah, because this one's gonna be here in town with me. So
Just
I'm
remember
gonna-
when I got that accidental butt phone call from my daughter with her friends. She's 12, and I heard what they were saying to each other. She came home. I said, "I'm done PGing things up for you. You're getting full-blown dad now. You're gonna get to
Well-
hear who I am." And I'd hear her in the back bedroom. I'd be playing a video game, fucking with somebody on the chat, and just saying just fucked up shit to him. And you could hear Zoe in the back room, "Dad, oh my God, Dad."
But I do it because, as my kids learned, when I really start hitting those words, they understand how upset I am. It adds a little bit of an edge and allows them to truly understand that I'm not very happy.
Yeah.
And now being somebody's
Zoe always appreciated that I just growled at her when I was pissed.
Yeah.
Mm.
Well, being a G parent, I am going to definitely, this kid's gonna have a lot of fun, but I also want him to understand those times when I'm upset. I'm really upset without having to use too many words. So
the comment I'm pulling up here, it means I don't understand how it's possible to forget about this series, and I agree. C'est pas possible. C'est impossible.
it is an incredible series. The people that make it truly care about what they are doing. And it isn't just words that somebody has to say during an interview to the people that watch the show. You see it in every frame.
Okay,
Well,
let me explain this.
I just want to say something here to this gentle person here that I would really love it if we could have subtitles, live subtitles. I don't know how to do it. so that you could understand what we're talking about.
I can't translate it all. My French is bad. Another thing, we skipped over the funeral, which is so different because we've seen a couple funerals on the show so far, and it was always a body being burned by a dragon setting fire to them. This time,
Yeah,
it wasn't a body.
yeah,
it was
but you told me to accelerate the pace in order
I know.
to be able to show the next episode.
Shut the fuck up. I need to point this out because
Oh wait,
we don't have a. Okay.
okay. I may have misunderstood what they're saying in this, and I'm like, they're actually not talking about the comments. They're actually talking about the show.
I told you that. It means I don't understand how it's possible to forget that serious. That's what it means.
Oh, is that what you're saying?
I have an explanation for that.
I answered in French that I agree. It's impossible.
I have an explanation for that. We're old and haven't seen it in 2 years. That's why.
I mean,
I've killed a lot of brain cells over the
I
last 2
sometimes forget
years.
about a movie that I watched a week before the show. And yesterday, all of it was just coming back about this series. So let me talk about the funeral real quick. We have the cloak and we have part of the wing of the dragon. And they are like, they usually have them like put up for a funeral, but it's not a dragon setting fire to it. It's Rhaenyra with a torch. And then people from the family step up and add stuff to the fire, like toy stuff that he used while he was alive. So it's completely different than their funerals usually are. It's still by fire, but everything else is different. And I think this means something, but we don't get an explanation. It just really jumped out at me how different it was.
Okay, that was episode 1. Let me know when you want me to bring up episode 2.
Let's mull over a little bit more on that
Oh,
first episode. If you got any extra comments?
First of all, this episode proves it is possible to continue quality work. Remember, 2 years, episode, 1 of season 2, and it starts right back. All the characters are back. Those of us that may have forgotten things, I remember watching this and just instantly I was right back in it. That's quality. That's really what is missing from a lot of stuff that's being put out today. I don't care if you're talking House of the Dragon or Breaking Bad or even Sopranos. Quality in what you are making, people that actually care for each individual detail in what you're making. It's possible to, as a fan, to pretty much remember everything if the people that are making it are putting in the time and effort to actually care. And a lot of stuff that's produced nowadays, they don't. They work hard, yes, but there's a difference between working hard and working hard and caring. You can work as hard as possible. People can pay you all kinds of money and they can pay for your expertise, but if it's something that you truly care about, that's that little bit of something that no amount of money can buy. And it is missing from Star Trek, Doctor Who, Star Wars. And I tell everybody, if you really want to see what caring is, you check out for Star Trek Picard Season 3, because they are on course to caring. And pretty much any non-Disney Star Wars, with the exception of Rogue One, and the Mandalorian first 2 seasons. And for Doctor Who, just Peter Capaldi on certain episodes for the most part. And that's it. That's the last of it. Because everything that comes after is just complete and utter shite. Thank you. I now yield my time.
Yield my time back to the chair.
Wait. I have something for you here. If I can find it. Oh my goodness. And now my browser froze.
Uh-oh.
Yay! Okay, it was a video for you kids.
Oh,
celebrating your knowledge, but my oh,
thank you.
everything is frozen now. Can you
Well,
still hear me?
yes, I can hear you. I
Yes.
think everybody can hear you.
Okay.
I can hear
But
you.
I can hear you too.
it's really not just so much knowledge as it is passion. It's one of the things that I think, when people at least listen to me or watch the show, I just bring passion. That is my strongest power, is passion. Uh, there should be no doubt that I love this show and that I really like everything and everyone that work on this show, because I know that they are spending quality time producing something that I should give some attention to, because our time is precious. And when you watch something like Acolyte, you realize that they don't think your time is precious. They really think so little of you as to not spend very much time working on something that is quality. Rings of Power is the same exact way. There is nothing about what they do that
Are you
says that
saying
they care.
that hair cut by lightsaber is not quality storytelling?
Well, the ability to be able to kill a bunch of orcs and be able to swim across the ocean, and bad writing to where you're spending time with the worst person of the worst, and still kind of fake some sort of a pseudo romance, or you are the bestest ever when it comes to commanding a starship, and nobody gives two shakes of a bee's wing to actually understand that your show is now over and nobody really watched. Yeah, you know, uh, if the people making it care, then it's easy for us to care. That comes through. Quality work and a care for detail are the only two things I truly require personally. I don't know about anybody else, but that is personally what I require. If you truly care about what you're doing, then that tells me that you care about me spending my quality time to watch what you're making. That's it, you know. And I yield the rest of my time.
Man. So I guess we can bring up the next episode.
Well, we should probably talk about how the previous episode ended, because we kind of
Previously on
didn't mention that.
Yeah, you can do that if you want to. Definitely.
Just real quick. So the only thing we hear Rhaenyra say in the very darker than usual meeting is, "I want Aemon Targaryen," which is the king's younger brother, and that's not going to happen. But Daemon still sends murderers, and in that scene where the king isn't listening to his wife Helena, the one with the visions, she tells him, "I'm scared of the rats." So next thing you know, two of the rat hunters gain access to the castle, and they murder her son in front of her eyes. Daemon sent them, not Rhaenyra, but of course it falls on her, because a lot of people heard her say that in that council meeting. So she's going to get a lot of fire for that. And that is the murder, the shocking murder that we addressed earlier. Because you don't see it, you hear it. And they are like hacking and slashing, and it takes them so long to sever that poor boy's head from his body. And Helena has to watch. She and her daughter are being held by that other guy, and they manage to escape to find Alicent for help. But of course, what is she doing? She's at it with Sir Kristen. So pretty fucked up.
Well,
I'm sorry. There's no other way of saying that.
No. It's brutal, and it is. This is not. This is not an episode of of Disney Star Wars.
It's not Disney at all.
Yeah, it's not Disney at all. It's meant to be brutal. That's the story, and I think that again, you're dealing with people who get it. They understand the material, and they have a lot of respect for the performers and the writers and really the entire crew, set builders, costumers, your lighting people, cinematography. I mean, there's massive amounts of respect from end to end. And, this show was able to make a move to a completely different country and not lose any quality at all. People still don't give two rocks shoved together sideways up somebody's backside for Rings of Power. So
The show that we don't talk about.
I'll talk about it because it's
I know.
complete another CRAP. It
It
is.
is. It absolutely is.
They don't care. After all this time, you spend that kind of money. And the only thing that I can say that's worse is the upcoming Captain America 4 film, aka Captain Falcon, where now it looks like that film's total budget will be somewhere between $325 and $350 million spent.
Wow, even more than...
Not counting.
Holy shit.
Not counting advertising, meaning that this film's going to have to be somewhere around $800 million just to break even. Good luck.
Even more than Indiana Jones? Woohoo!
The film should have already been out next month. It was scheduled to come out next month. They spent an additional 4 months of shooting. 4 months is enough time to make a whole other movie. So basically, they spent in reshoots enough time to make another movie. So think about that. They finished the original version of the movie over a year ago, almost a year ago, and have done enough reshoots to shoot a whole other film. That's Rise of Palpatine level bad.
And what? How?
Because Kevin Feige expects you to be so
I think
happy.
you just broke Martin.
Kevin Feige expects you to be so happy with Deadpool and Wolverine that you'll let everything else that he's going to release slide.
Dude, I would be firing everyone.
Yes.
I don't care who it is. Anybody passes before me and you're fired, but I don't even work here. I don't care, you're fired. Oh my God.
That's David Zaslav level of, well, guess daddy's got to go to work. You get out the old axe and start going to work. Yeah, I feel bad for Mackie too, but he's not the only black man over at the MCU that should be upset. I mean, anybody seen Blade? Anybody? Anybody seen him around here? Anybody? Yeah.
Okay.
Even Wesley Snipes having fun with that one. There, you know what? I yield all my time to this young man right here because I'm going to let you know, Loki, you are the power in my morning. I watch you religiously, and there is not anyone better that I can watch and just not have to say too much. I end up nodding my head going, yeah, you tell him, man. You tell him. And you bring it every single morning.
Thank you, bro.
Dude, I bow to you because you are that good.
No,
yes.
no.
Yes, you make my morning worth it, man.
You make my lunch break, dude, because you stream exactly that hour that I have lunch break. I'm always listening. I don't always get to chat, but I'm listening.
Well, I'm glad you guys enjoy it. That's the whole point is having that good morning show and people enjoying it. Or lunch, whether it's lunch or morning, whatever it is.
Well, I'm in the
thank you
kitchen,
guys so much.
Lunch for me.
Well, you make it worth it, man. Seriously, you are so good.
I'm gonna start turning red here. Stop it.
Okay, let's talk about House of the Dragon.
Okay. And I have a T-shirt with that same design. So
yeah,
yes,
Eagle Fang Karate and a badass name for a dojo. That's right. That's right.
That's cool.
Well, as I was saying, this is a good show. I keep saying it all these different ways, but it comes down to the same thing. This is head and shoulders above anything that's being put out right now. And I'm telling you, for anyone that is listening, if you're going to create anything in the future, remember to just bring it in all levels. Because if you want people to give of their precious time or to even give you money, you have to make it worth it. And if you're not going to do that, you're not only wasting their time, you're wasting the time of everybody who is working for you and their families. They could be off doing something else, you know? And as really a fan that has had to pay for some of this stuff that's not worth my time, it makes me mad to spend money on it. You know, I happily salute everyone connected with this show because they're showing that they care.
Imagine working on a product that you know is going to tank and maybe lead to your firing for reduction of personnel.
Oh,
Imagine that situation.
yeah. Our time in this planet is
And I want to
finite.
point out that there's one guy that was in the background of that one scene. He doesn't care.
I'm telling you, this is quality stuff. I mean, you can tell. Seriously, just looking at this show, you can tell. You don't need to really have anybody try to pump it up for you. I mean, you can tell just watching the show there's quality in every level. This is what Star Trek is missing under Alex Kurtzman. This is what Star Wars is missing under Aunt Kathy. This is what Doctor Who is missing under the current version of the BBC.
Lord of the Rings too. Don't forget that.
Yeah. Rings of Power is missing
Rings of
this
Power.
under Amazon.
There are no chainmail T-shirts on these guys.
It's true. I mean, just comparing this show to that show, and you see it in the costumes.
They don't compare.
Yeah, but there are some people who would try to argue that fact. I really don't. All I know is whatever drugs you're taking, pay your dealer double because they're giving you the good stuff.
Absolutely.
And I yield the balance of my time.
Okay, and for that, Keith, those noble words, I have this for you.
I am more than content with what Mr. Moncrief said. His voice alone inspires one with absolute credulity.
Wow. I thank you. Every single time I feel like I have to thank you for playing that clip, and I'm not really supposed to, but I think they'll slip a little something into your next paycheck, Marty.
We'll talk later.
Okay.
Okay, so now
This
our
is
resident
the procession
expert.
for the dead kid. And Helena didn't want to do that. She wanted to mourn in private, but Alison said, no, this is important because people need to know what happened, and they are just pouring oil into the flames for the hatred for Rhaenyra because the public thinks that Rhaenyra ordered this. And there's also a conflict going on between Otto and Alicent. That has been going on for a while. And the second thing about Otto is that he was inherited as a hand to Aegon. And Aegon gets tired of him and bored, and he doesn't want him. So, while in this first season, Otto's words so strong, now he's suggesting, no, we don't need revenge. Rhaenyra already damaged herself by ordering the murder of a kid. But they go behind his back, and it's ridiculous because I think it's Sir Kristen. He has this glorious idea to send one person to kill Rhaenyra. Like, that's going to work. Yeah, right. Brilliant. But this procession is just to show a grieving mother, a grieving grandmother, and a kid whose head has been hacked off because they were butchering him. And the Silent Sisters were sewing it back on, but they show it. He's in that cloak that Helena made for him, but it's open at the neck, so you see the head has been severed and it's been stitched back on to show the cruelty that the Black family goes to win that war, because we're at war. That's what it is.
Amen. Still a bad A. Matt Smith
Hey,
deserves
Doctor Who.
better. I know, right? Matt Smith has truly, in my opinion, he's truly just proven how great of an actor he is to go from a show like The Crown to this. And even though he's had a few performances in other films that may not be the best, he still brings it in everything he does. I liked him before, but I think he's absolutely just one of the best. And again, what I'm about to say will probably get me in trouble, but he should have been Reed Richards. That's all I'm going to say. He should have been Reed Richards. Thank you, Kevin Feige.
None of them people are that smart. None of them over there are that smart at all. No, I agree. He is Daemon Targaryen. There will never ever, if they ever like redo any of this or anything, there will never be another Daemon Targaryen. He is Daemon Targaryen.
He should have won at least he should have gotten an Emmy nomination. He was one of the reasons why this show blew up, and I hope he got a nice fat raise because
of his name. Yeah, but then the acting is so great, and then he has one of the best character arcs.
Mm-hmm.
Because his character
I'm
is
just
so
grateful that I think he's beyond having to show his ass now.
Oh, that's what we
yeah.
hope.
Yeah. I mean, he can pretty much do whatever he wants. And I hope
now that he shows that he owns the show as the titular star of the series, he really is. He's probably the most wanted to be seen character. And I think maybe they'll stop making him, because we haven't seen it so far, any more of his butt shots, because I don't think it's necessary.
Well, I think we moved past that when we saw Egan's ass. We're on the young asses now.
And you see not Damon. You see Aemon, like practically naked, curled up in the fetal position in a brothel in this episode. So and Aemon's like Damien Jr. You know, so Aemon wants to be exactly like Damien. So
we were talking about that when we discussed the last season. Could he be Damon's kid?
It's possible,
right? Just by the looks, he could be a bastard of Daemon. Oh, and I forgot the twins. The twins get into a fight that's really stupid, and one ends up killing the other, and it's so stupid it's believable.
Are we just kind of going all over the place?
We're like halfway through the episode or something, and that happens at the beginning, right?
There was a couple of really cool things that like one when Rhaenyra is in the library and she opens that book, you see a couple of different pages of the book. One of them is Aegon the Conqueror and his two sister wives.
Mm-hmm.
And then she turns the page. Okay, in the books, they never go after Highgarden. Nothing like that ever happens. But from what that page shows us, because I was like, I got the microscope out, and that looks, it's a castle. It's got roses on it. That's Highgarden, man.
Yeah.
So
it is. Really.
Why is Vhagar there destroying Highgarden? That never happened. Is that gonna happen? Was she looking at that like, you know what? I could just go in with the dragon and take it all out.
That might be just on her mind, because they're all thinking about war and strategies and stuff. So I think that's one of her plans, or we could do that possibly. They're all planning and going through strategies all the time.
Yep. Mm-hmm. And the dragon. Go ahead.
They are patrolling and controlling the area, and every time they see a dragon, they go into panic because both sides have dragons. So unless the dragon is near enough to identify them, they arm their weapons and shit, and they're ready to shoot and kill. We had that with Rhaenyra on her dragon when she flies down to the coast after spotting something on the beach. They were ready to shoot, and they were like, "Oh no, it's her."
It's a dragon.
But they still ran in a panic. So the public, the low people, they are in a panic mode nonstop.
Yep.
And then they have to make sacrifices because the dragons need to be well fed. So like the guy with the goats, animals have to be taken from them, and more than usual, because the dragons need to be fed so they can do that duty.
Yep.
It's hard times, and King Aegon doesn't understand that really. He needs to learn it, but he's not a very good student because he wants to be loved as a king and friendly with the people, and he can't do what's needed in wartime. He wouldn't be a good king in peace, I think.
But then he also turns
even
right around
worse
and
now.
does overkill.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Hangs him out there, and his
All of
grandfather
them.
tries to tell him, "Hey, you do that, you're sending a signal that you'll just kill anybody, whether they're guilty or not, and they're not going to like that, and you'll end up with an uprising." And then he fires him as the hand, and
Well,
which is
he wasn't happy
in
to
this-
inherit a hand in the first place. He wanted his own hand, and he's being told that by that
Clubfoot.
rat kind of guy. Yeah, Clubfoot. He keeps pushing him. You should have your own hand. That's not how it's done. Yeah, he's so naive. I mean, when he tells Otto, I can just do this to this one guy. Nobody's going to know. Yeah, dude, this is the King's Council meeting. Everybody's going to know. All the guys will want their goats back and not taken. So he's not happy to be taught a lesson by Otto, and he's not happy to have a second hand. That's stupid.
This is why they
So-
called him Aegon the Unworthy. This is why he is Aegon. You have Aegon the Conqueror, who was their like star-powered hero, and then you've got Aegon the Unworthy, who is really unworthy.
What's his official name? I forgot. He doesn't like it.
I don't remember. I know what they called him was Aegon the Unworthy. That's what he will go down in history as, is Aegon.
In
the
history, yeah, but in front of his council, they announce him with the adjective that he's getting, and he doesn't like it because he's muttering it and shaking his head or something. So he doesn't like that. So it's probably not that.
I think I think it's Aegon the Just.
No,
Something like that.
No. It's a very weird word. I haven't heard it very often.
Oh, the bathtub scene. That's a great scene.
Yeah, I was like, I hope they disinfected that because the king was in it while this illness was eating him alive.
If it's copper, it disinfects on its
Oh
own.
yeah, copper is disinfected. That's right.
Christian Cole playing the game.
He's an even bigger idiot.
He is.
Him and Allison, I can't stand either one of them. I can't stand Cole and I can't stand Allison.
Alicent is such a hypocrite because she called out Rhaenyra. And
Yep.
then she's doing the same fucking thing. And
Yep.
every time she tells him, this needs to be the last time. We can't do this again. 10 minutes later, next scene, they're banging each other. Jesus.
Yep.
It's hormonal,
Probably. I mean,
I was talking
Look
about
who she-
him.
look who she was married to. I mean.
True, but again,
Well, she gets to be the boss this time. She had
Yep.
to do what the king told her to do, and she had to like be submissive to the king. Now she's the dominant. She's the one that's like, down, boy. You're gonna trim my carpet for me, and he does it. Sorry, did I say something bad?
No. It was so funny.
You're such a cunning linguist.
Yes.
But
yes.
By the way, Enema, were you thinking Aegon the Younger? Because that was one of the other names he had.
No, I'm looking it up right now. Go on, talk. Somebody else.
Did y'all see the dragon when the guy's getting crabs off the beach? That gray dragon?
Oh yeah.
That's sea smoke.
Yeah.
So if anybody
Oh.
didn't know that, that's sea smoke. That is the dragon that belonged to Rhaenyra, her first husband, the Balerion prince. That is his dragon. And
Wow. Well,
if
I'm
that
curious-
dragon is, go ahead.
I'm just curious with the dragons. Are we going to show maybe in this show that the dragons have their own interests?
Well, if he's there, that means that something's happened to the Balerian prince, or he did something so bad that the dragon's like, "Pfft," because the dragons are connected to the writers. Okay, they can't talk to him and stuff, but they feel everything that the writer feels. That is why you have to almost break them and earn their trust, because they won't just let you write them. I think one or two of them did, but normally you have to have a relationship with the dragon, and the dragon can feel what you feel. That's why when Aemon went after Rhaenyra's son and his dragon ate him, he didn't want that to happen. He was like, no, because he got so pissed that the dragon felt all that and was like, no, I'm going to eat his ass. I'll eat his ass for you, boss. I'll take care of it.
The dragon also had been to war and just kicked into soldier mode. And the boy just was too inexperienced to stop him.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's the thing. You're dealing with an experienced dragon.
Yeah.
I mean,
that was
basically,
a dragon attacking a soldier.
Yeah. That was a dragon that was used to opening that can of whoop ass.
Yep.
And once you open that can with that dragon, it's very hard to get that dragon to stop.
And that's why this scene in this is so important, where he's laying there in the brothel and he's talking to her, because he's trying to get all his shit together and keep it in control, because he knows if I'm out there on my dragon and I lose my shit, the dragon's just gonna do whatever. It's gonna immediately go into kill mode, and I'm not gonna be able to control it and tell it what to do. So he's learning. He is learning and adapting and having to figure out, I've got to keep my shit together.
He has a clear rebuke of his actions that day.
Yes.
And that was something I wasn't expecting. That, part of the pain he feels is, I did not want to kill him.
Yep.
That was not my intention. And it's like, you can tell that that's hurt him doing that, because it wasn't what he wanted. And so, you get that thing you learn in life. Once you take an action like that, there's no takebacks.
They were two boys fucking around. Unfortunately, one of the dragons was not.
Yep.
Well, it was one boy fucking around and another boy that was scared for his life. And again, it's it's an unfortunate thing, because these dragons really are not playthings. They are weapons.
Yep.
They are weapons of mass destruction with wings. Riding one, anyone, you have to remember that. And he forgot. That's the other thing. He was older than the boy he was going after. He had a lot more experience, even though the dragon he was riding was a way more experienced dragon. He forgot. And once you allow yourself to forget like that, things are going to happen that you don't expect. Like in life, if you handle any weapon and you forget what you are handling and the power of what you are handling, bad things will happen.
Well, do you remember the conversation? And I know this goes way back, that it's the two Weisses, the Weiss guys, the DB whatever's, the guy who ran the original Game of Thrones.
Yes.
When they went to George R.R. Martin and said, okay, and they were coming up with the fight scene with the Dothraki and Jaime, where you see Drogon, I mean, just absolutely demolish the Lannister army for the first time. When they went to him and talked to him about that, he told them, he said, guys, think about a medieval battle where everybody's fighting, and suddenly an F-16 flies onto the battlefield with afterburners going and just carpet bombs a whole area. How do you stop that? As an army, how do you stop that? What do you do? There's practically nothing you can do. That's what it needs to be like. And that's what these weapons are like. That's why they are so feared. That is why nobody wants to mess with them. That's why everybody's afraid of them. And that's why they're not just like, let's just throw the dragons into it, because it's going to get messy. These are your WMDs in Westeros.
Yep. You unleash them and you don't know how far this could go. And if you have no control over it, it'll just kill indiscriminately.
And Rhaenyra knows that, because when they suggest getting the dragons into that war, she says, I want to reign over like a kingdom and not burned earth and
Yes.
houses. Remember that? I found out his name. It's King Aegon the Magnanimous, and he doesn't like it. He does not like that. But that's how he's announced in front of the council.
And I guess I heard one of the rumors that's coming out is that they're going to confirm that that the crab feeder guy it has that disease on the skin, and
That's what
he's
looks
had it
like,
long enough
yes.
to where it's causing madness, which is why he is so brutal in how he kills people,
Mm-hmm.
He has
feeding
no
them to the
soul
crabs.
left.
And well, they're saying that because if you read up on that disease, that eventually, before it kills you, it drives you insane because it's affecting the brain. And that's one of the things that I remember George R.R. Martin had written about it. And
Viserys
I
really
saw that
didn't go
there's
insane.
what?
King Viserys, he didn't go insane. He was
It was a different
trying
that,
to.
that was
He
a
Different
different
outcome.
disease.
Well, he was trying to make peace in his family until the day he died.
Oh, you're not talking about the stone thing where they turned to stone. You're talking about what Viserys had.
Different. Oh, sorry.
I was asking. I didn't
mixed up
know.
the diseases. I mixed up.
Yeah, I'm talking about the
diseases,
disease that one knight in Game of Thrones got on his arm.
Yeah,
and
that's
then
the
he
stone
treated it.
skin.
But
They go
the one
insane
that-
because they stay
Yeah.
alive. They just become like gargoyles almost. That's supposedly
Yeah.
what is all that's left of old Valyria is those damn golems or whatever they are. Yeah.
Yeah, and Cregus Dar, or the crab feeder, according to semi-confirmed rumors, is it'll be confirmed this season he has that disease, and that's why he's crazy. Because they've been just peeling it off his skin.
Whoa,
Yikes!
Mm-mm.
Ouch!
that's uncomfortable.
But there's a way to heal it, because there was this girl, I forgot her name. She had it and she was cured, and then her father sacrificed her.
Oh, the Baratheon daughter.
Yeah,
The daughter of the
yeah. So there is a cure, but they haven't really figured it out. So
Well, they do cure that one knight.
Yeah.
He is eventually cured in Game of
Dolores
Thrones.
something.
Beaumont.
Yeah.
No,
The-
Sergio.
Is it Beaumont?
Jorah,
Jorah
Ser
Beaumont.
I love that
Yeah.
actor. He's a good actor.
Oh yeah.
Khaleesi, please, you must listen to me.
He was miscast. He was miscast as Batman, though. That was messed up to have
Yeah,
him
but
as Batman.
he was the best part in that series on the oil platform. That went weird really quickly. Remember?
Oh
guys?
my god, that show ended up so bad though.
Well,
Oh,
it turned halfway through, and then introducing a new character in the third act of the whole thing. You don't do that. Come on.
goes against the rules. You don't do that.
It makes no sense. They just pulled him out of the hat somehow. Let's not talk about it. It was stupid.
Ian Glenn is that guy's name.
Yep.
He has a series that he did in Ireland that was really good, where he played a detective, and I'm trying to remember the name of that thing. Jack Taylor series. That was a good
Mhm.
show.
Well, he's a good actor. I mean, I think he's phenomenal to watch. And again, it's when you have good material and you are surrounded by people who enjoy what they're doing and do quality work, it's easy to just rise and raise the level of what you do. So it's definitely something.
Yeah, he's
that
got a
everyone
new
else-
movie coming out, by the way.
Yeah.
It's called The Last Front, and he plays an Irishman defending his family during World War One against
Wow.
Germans,
Okay.
the Huns, as they were called then. Yeah, that scene is kind of wild because you see clearly this guy is a black member of the blacks.
You enjoy
I'm
that way too
sorry, I
much.
can't help
Kay.
it. I do. I really do. It's just like, did they not think before doing this? But anyway, he's
And
watching that
Cernoff.
dragon, and he is there's a look of concern on his face. And this is something you brought up earlier, Loki, is that, you never know if that's a friendly dragon or an enemy dragon.
That's right.
And I'm assuming that that's what that look was for. But I'm not sure, because now you say that that's smoke.
Let's see smoke.
And
Yeah, that is. Yeah.
So is that like why he's looking at it like that?
He probably recognized that they're Balerian, or they all work for the Balerians, so you would think he'd seen sea smoke before. That's a big thing.
Well, the reason I'm saying it's concerning is because the look he gives. He has a very concerned look. Is it because it's the dragon he knows, or is it because the rider isn't on it?
The rider isn't on it, and that can only mean one of two things: either the prince is dead, or he did something so terrible that the dragon was like,
That
"I'm
dragon
out."
rejected him.
Yes.
So, and do you think that's what that look was about, or was that a look of fear?
It was either that, or he didn't know what it was, and he was afraid. It's one of those two things. It can't be anything else. Or maybe he thinks he's losing his mind. So that's not the only new dragon you're going to see, though. Sorry.
No, I was just going to make a joke that next season they're going to bring in another albino group, and they're going to call them the Whiteys.
Thank you, Ann Sarnoff, again.
Well, Keith, when Gary announced that you were coming after you were talking on the phone, I said, like, yeah, right, you can't do a show where you talk about the blacks without having a black guy on the panel, right?
I am honored.
Well, I just know I like cracking Keith up. So
I will never forget how Gary broke the whole panel in the.
But I
season
thought black don't
finale
crack.
discussion.
yeah, Loki, you weren't there, were you? When
No.
in our final episode talking about House of the Dragon for its final episode, and I finally just said, "Is nobody going to talk about the elephant in the room, the blacks?"
Yeah, that's when he started. Like halfway through the show, almost an hour into the show, he starts doing that shit, and I'm looking at my notes. I'm like, "Fuck! I have the blacks written all
How
over."
can
this.
I
My
finish
brain
the show
can't
when Gary
change
just
that.
broke
Yes.
everybody? Right.
My brain cannot change that and substitute it, and I tried so hard, but he broke all of us.
Here's your new faction.
White Walkers.
Wow.
White Walkers. So we're into the third act of this so far. I'm curious what's going to happen to her father. I haven't read the books.
Otto?
Never
Otto?
interested, but yeah.
It's an up and down with Otto. He had points where like, yeah, he's going to be killed off, but then he comes
Because
back.
he was kind of a villain in the first season.
He was,
Okay,
but then he came back.
Nothing, no spoilers here. But it's what he says to Allison. He says, I'm going to go back to Old Town. You have a son. Okay, so there is another son that you have not seen in this show yet. So he is a Targaryen. He's a cupbearer, if I remember correctly. And he has a dragon.
Ooh.
And this dragon's a little different because this dragon is supposed to be blue with like a pearlescent, almost like a glittery pearlescent skin, and it breathes blue fire.
Ooh.
If they hold true to what happened in the book, then you're gonna get a blue fire. It's not like the Night King's one that breathed ice. This is a blue fire dragon. It's blue with pearlescent skin. It's supposed to be really pretty. But there is a son out there that we haven't seen yet. Whether we get him this season or
You
not,
said Daron
I
the
don't know.
Daring. Is that
Yes, Daron the Daring.
You know what that makes me think of? The dragon that gets turned in Game of Thrones.
Yes,
Who is on the White Walker's side? He's breathing blue.
he's
And
breathing
he
blue.
is fatal.
Yep.
That's
E. Clay Thomason gets me.
Wow.
I just
Wow.
think it's funny when people say things that clearly they shouldn't say. And I'm just sitting there going, there had to have been people on the set going, do you really think this was a good idea doing this? It's like, was there nobody?
It was Ann Sarnoff who was the boss. I mean, she commanded that they put this into the show. So I'm sure a lot of people laughed, but you know.
What also the whole thing? Pick a side. You need to choose. Pick a side. That's been a big thing. You're either team green or you're team black. So,
well, like Wesley said, always bet on black.
Like George W. Bush said, if you're not with me, you're against me. I'm just throwing another chaotic fucking quote. So yeah, Miss Martin Muses says that Darren is coming soon. Darren.
And no Night King yet.
Season 3, that's not going to be soon. If we have to wait another 2 years.
I hope it's not another 2 years. This is getting fucking ridiculous.
No, it better not. No, it better not. They better do this in a year. Get off their asses.
I think part of it.
Working on it right now.
Well, I think part of the reason why it took so long is they were moving the production. Because now the production is in England. It wasn't in England entirely in the first season. I think they were in New Zealand, and they moved the production to England to make the cost easier. And since a lot of people in the cast were actually from England, it made it, sensible to just move the entire production there. So now that they are officially moved, it shouldn't take as long.
I'm kind of upset that we don't have a dwarf.
Oh my God.
I don't care.
Gary drinks and he knows things.
I used to want to get that shirt because it was kind of true back in the day. I was always drinking and new things.
Yep. I bought that shirt just for that. Yeah. Now I don't drink anymore, so I can't wear it.
Well, I drink and forget things, so.
I'm looking through some of the cast right now, and man, what a good cast.
Yeah. Again, it's quality work.
I may not give two shits about some of them as people, but I think their performances are just outstanding.
It's magical what can happen when you, again, care about what you are making. When everybody up and down the line cares, you get quality. And this is something that is currently not going on with a lot of their competitors. I'm happy for Warner Brothers, David Zaslav, and everyone connected with this. They deserve
it. Seems like they have people that are in charge going, we want butts in the seats. We want people watching the show. We need viewership. Yeah, they get it.
They're a company that, when Zaslav bought them, they had some needs. There's some things that needed to be handled and bills to be paid. This is the adult thing that you do. This is the business thing that you do. And if you don't care, if you have no respect for how money is made and spent, what you get is the Acolyte. What you get is Rings of Power. What you get is Kurtzman Trek. What you get is Disney Star Wars, really, But if you have respect for what you do and the people that work with you and in certain cases for you, then you get good entertainment and quality, which is really should be what everybody strives for. That's the thing that really burns me as a fan. There used to be quality back when...
Does it grind your gears?
Sometimes.
I really grinds my gears.
There used to be quality in my younger years at looking at a lot of geek and nerd entertainment. Yeah, certain things that were made didn't get a lot of wide public appeal, but there was quality to it. It's this year's the 40th anniversary of Buckaroo Banzai. It may not be a film that was made with a lot of money, but everybody cared.
Yep, and that's the big.
That's one of my favorite sci-fi films of the '80s, man. I want to point out, by the way, I paused this for a reason. This is the fight between the twins. And I feel bad for this actor. I really do,
Yeah.
because like it's like you get told that morning, okay, you're gonna kill your brother today. Oh, okay, well, I still got the job, right? Also, you kill yourself. So no, you're fired.
Yep.
It's like this day sucked for this actor because both characters he plays dies.
Well, we also see a character again that we got introduced to in season 1. That's Missaria. And I kind of
she's
didn't
called the
expect
White
her
Worm.
back, but
White Worm.
yeah,
The White Worm.
yeah.
Yeah.
You know, she was supposed to go to King's Landing and do what Damon did. That wasn't supposed to be Damon, at least in the book it wasn't Damon. So she's supposed to go back and do that and hire Blood and Cheese to go and take care of Aemon. And the scene in
Which
that in the
wasn't
books is a little
possible,
different.
so they took the kid, right?
They took the kid.
You can't
But
just kill the
yeah.
king's younger brother like that.
But it's his room. That's why at the beginning of this, like, Aemon's walking around his room trying to figuring out they came here for me. They came here to kill me. Everything else is kind of the same except for the kid thing, because there's 2 boys. So she has to pick.
No, it's a boy and a girl.
I
Helena
thought in
has
the
a boy
book
and a girl.
I thought in the book it was 2 boys.
I don't know the books, but in the
Okay.
series,
Yeah, no,
Helena
yes.
Helena
In the
has
series.
a son and a daughter, and of course they go
Yep.
for the son, and they make her and the daughter watch.
Yep. I'm pretty sure though in the book it was 2 sons. And they didn't think she picked the right one, so they killed the other one. At least that's the way I'm remembering. It's been a while since I read
Well,
Fire and Blood, but
they want to make her choose to make sure that they get the boy, and she just gives it away which one's the girl, so they know how to go for the boy.
And read what Ms. Martin has to say.
For a little moment.
they
Ms.
were
Martin
real
is putting
twins.
some information down.
Who was?
Ms. Martin, I'm posting it on the screen to
Yeah,
read.
who were real twins?
I don't know
Malar
the
was the
answer.
younger boy. Okay. Malar was the
okay.
younger boy. Thank you, Miss Martin Muses. That's the way I thought it was in the book. Was they got confused about which one was which, and they wanted to kill their older one. Between Jaehaerys and Malar, thank you. Yep. And they just left it out. Yeah.
Well, in the
They-
series,
They
when
changed-
one of the rat killers goes like, I don't know which one's the girl. They both look like girls because they both have long hair. Obviously, they're so young that you can't tell them apart. But Helena gives it away. Who is the boy and who's the girl? So they know. I mean, he tells him, look if he has a penis, more or less. But then she gives it away so he doesn't have to do that.
Interesting. So they changed the succession in the show.
Yes.
Wonder
They
if that's
left
going to be
him
a good
out.
or bad thing.
They're making some changes. It's not like they've done exactly what's in the book so far. So
But they are not going completely off like they did with Game of Thrones.
no, they're not. No.
Thankfully.
This is
Thankfully,
very
knock on
good.
wood. Yeah.
This has been very good. Every episode's been very good. I haven't had one problem with this, and that's coming from someone who read the books.
Do we know how many episodes we're going to get this season?
I think there are 8, but I would have to check. I may be thinking about that other show.
I'm going to bet it's going to be 8. But one thing I think is beneficial is we don't have Benioff and Weiss involved.
Yep, that's the problem. Those are the problems.
They were
Benioff and Weiss.
They were 1/3 of the problem, in my opinion. They were 1/3 of the problem, because the biggest problem is Mr. Martin himself, because he hasn't finished anything.
Okay,
go ahead.
There is. This has not been confirmed. Okay,
Yeah.
but this has been leaked. So whether or not this is true or not, I don't know. I'm not defending him. From the leak that I read, there's an NDA in place, and there is part of the contract for the original Game of Thrones that states George R. R. Martin cannot write anything contradictory to the HBO series for a certain amount of years, which means that when they went and made changes, the changes he didn't want, the changes he spoke up about and said, I never told them to do that. I said this is what I was going to do. And they changed that. That prevented him from coming out with those books for a certain amount of time. If that is true, I will give that man a pass, because they could be written already. He could have finished them already. Or he could be waiting, going, you know what, I got to wait so many years anyway, so screw it. If that's true.
If that's true. Because, again, I will tell you, he's not a newbie.
Yeah.
It's not like he's never worked in Hollywood before. If he actually, as an adult, signed that contract, you're an idiot.
Yep.
I personally still blame him for signing it, because he should have known what he was signing.
If that's true, yes.
But if that is the case, then guess what? You screwed yourself, because you signed that, and you have no room to complain. And again, I will always hold it against him for being someone who seemingly was with the fans, at least respected his fans up to a certain point. He could have easily have finished a book or two while the show was on the air and gotten closer to the ending. He chose not to, and that's important. You know, I don't believe that there was really anyone at Warner Brothers could have told him what to do, and he certainly acted like he could do anything he wanted. And all of this post, hey, in reality, I really hated what they were doing, didn't stop you from cashing the checks.
That's right.
And you went ahead and actually did more stuff for them in creating prequels and other shows. So obviously, working with them wasn't bad enough to get you to stop.
Well, that was one of the things was that he had more control and final say over this series.
Yeah. Yeah.
And this series is already written and won't prevent him from writing anything else in the future because it's already done. Yeah. If that's true. I don't know whether I believe it or not. I just, when I heard that, I was like, oh my God, that kind of makes a weird bit of sense.
It does, but very convenient, you know, in my opinion. You still, in my opinion, my personal opinion, you have to at least take some personal responsibility if you're going to be all involved in a show like this. And unlike a majority of other authors, he's already worked in Hollywood before. He knows how this goes.
Yep.
So he can't claim that he didn't know going into this. I mean, he worked on Beauty and the Beast. And he was really one of the big guys working on that show. So coming into Game of Thrones, he had a certain amount of power and standing. And it's not like he didn't know the show was coming when they started it. So most people would have put their backsides in gear and gotten busy to completing writing at that time. He chose not to. And that's fine. He's an adult. But that should not then, you know, you shouldn't expect not to get any criticism for it, which is what has happened over the years.
Yep.
You know, I've been one of the original.
He's getting a lot. I gave him some too on Twitter.
Yes, you did. You
and I tagged him when I said it. He posted a picture of himself wearing the Orville hat. He goes, I support Orville. And I replied and I tagged him. I didn't reply to him. I tagged him and posted on my page. And I said, it's all, you know, nice and everything. And, you know, I love the Orville too, but isn't there something you're supposed to be doing rather than watching television? Like finishing your fucking book?
I mean, again, I don't have any personal hate. I just hate it when people are in a position to do something and then they either do something that is crap work or they make it seem like, well, they were prevented even though their actions say different.
You're saying basically he did a CYA.
I'm trying to be like Jagiri here. I'm trying to like
get up in that camera. You're gonna get right up in there. My back starts hurting, and that's why I lean forward, because it just hurts. So I find leaning forward actually takes a lot of the pressure off my spine. So I'll get closer to the camera. You'll see me be back here. and then I got to get up. It starts hurting.
Yeah.
But I don't know, man. I'm enjoying this show so much, and I'm looking
Yes,
forward
yes.
to because this was so much fun the last time we did it. We're doing it 2 episodes, and but we're gonna. I don't know how we're gonna be able to do 2 episodes at a time. We're just gonna have to cover 1 episode from this point forward because we got to do it every week.
Oh my
There's
God,
Shinatsky.
Shinatsky's here.
Oh.
Oh no!
No,
Just when we started to have fun.
when the,
Hey,
when the
Shinatsky.
show's almost over. No,
Hey,
just
Shin.
real quick. I'll tell you exactly what happened. The story got too out of hand, especially that last book where he just kept introducing new characters. The level of like the entire cast for the entire book series, it's just untenable. And so everything just started moving at this super slow rate because there's so many more character chapters now.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, if he wants to add even more, which it seems like he tried to do, because he just, as he put it, he's a gardener. So he basically doesn't really work from outlining everything that's going to happen. He's just lets it grow naturally. The problem is he basically built a garden in the fucking rainforest then.
Yeah, well, again, he's an adult. He's a creative. He's been a creative longer than I've been. He's had experience. There are a lot of pitfalls when working in Hollywood. I will always give it up to him that he is a very smart guy. But I am not, for me, it stretches, it's just a little too much to believe that he's a total victim and that these 2 guys took advantage of him when he was so much in their control. And back when they were kissing his ass, he didn't say anything to contradict any of that stuff.
Yep.
And again, he took the money. He took all the money. It's not like he said, it's not like he's Steve Ditko, who is at least a man of principle.
Well, he wanted more money. He wanted more money. They
Mhm.
offered 3 seasons. So
Yeah.
Benioff and Weiss, they're like, no, we're going to Disney and we're going to make Star Wars, man.
Yeah.
And they're like, we will give you the keys to the HBO kingdom if you will stay and make 3 more seasons. And they're like, no. And Martin's like, yes. And they're like, no. And they leave, and then they don't even get a job at Disney because they don't want 2 white guys working in their studio. I'm like,
And then they came out and decided to work for Netflix and had the 3-body problem. I will at least admit.
Oh, well, I got to tell you, I'm enjoying three body.
Yes, I will say this: I have enjoyed the 3-body problem. Has every episode.
And once we finish
of
it, Anima and I are going to watch it. Once we finish it, we're going to do a 1-shot show talking about it on here because I'm enjoying it. I really am. I love its anti-commie stance, which because I was tepid. I was not interested in watching the original film or series or read the book. Because I don't trust anything coming out of China. I just don't.
Or Ryan Johnson.
But when I heard that China was pissed, I was like, okay, I'm interested. They're angry. If it makes them angry, it might be something I like. And so that's why
I was apprehensive because of Ryan Johnson.
3-body problem.
Oh, hell yeah, please.
So when we finish that, we'll talk about it on here. But this is the portion of the show where I tell a fucked up story and you have to decide if I'm telling the truth. Yeah, I'm so proud of being called Jigiri because once again, Claudia gave me that nickname. Fucking love that. Jigiri. So, Anima, I'm sorry I hit the button. It was too late. You were going to say something?
I thought we finished with that show and we already talked about it.
I don't know, man. I kill a lot of brain cells every week.
We did a show on that.
So I don't know. If we finish it, all I know is I did like it.
I know we finished it. I'm pretty sure we did a show. Anyway.
Yeah, I don't know. Just okay. Just what the fuck ever. It doesn't have to be a long, lengthy conversation about it. So I'm going to tell a fucked up story, and you have to decide, guys, and that includes you in the chat, whether it's true or not. and I was on Highway 45, which was built by Al Capone. True story. That is true. Al Capone built that road to run booze, and my grandfather used to be one of the booze runners, and driving 45 from North Illinois all the way down to Carbondale, and Southern Illinois. So I was on that road one day coming back from Chicago, and I worked in a DD facility. Do you guys know what that is?
Nope.
Developmentally disabled facility. It's where people with low IQs or mental handicaps live. It's residential living, but it's large. It's a facility, like it's like a nursing home for people with developmentally disabled mental retardation. And I loved working with those clients. They were really good people. But I got inspired one day when we were driving back. I was going to act like one of my patients while I went to the public restroom at the rest stop there. And I walked in and I began talking like something was wrong with me. I said, I gotta pee. And I'm walking up and down past the urinals, and all these people that are like in the bathroom, men, are like watching me, like, what's wrong with me? And then I finally walk up to one. I gotta pee. Can somebody unzip me? And these guys were giving me weird looks. And my buddy comes walking in and says, oh, I'm sorry. My little brother gets really weird. I hope he didn't bother you. And he walks up and he unzips me and I pee in the urinal. And I'm going, yay! And basically, every single person there was freaked out by what I did. And you know what bothers me to this day is that so many of my pranks that I've ever done in the past, if that's a true story, didn't get caught on video that I wish it had been, so other people could just laugh at how stupid I was when I was younger. And that happened when I was in my 20s.
Stupid when you were
Is it
younger.
true? Or am I just making it up?
It's either partially based in truth or it's the truth. That's my call.
That's your call.
No,
So
it's
it's truth. So your answer
It's
is
true, and you're going to hell for it.
Wow.
I've done far worse than that one. Keith?
You know what? I flipped a coin. And seriously, I did. I flipped a coin on this one. And it's true.
well, you fell for Gary's shit last time.
Two
Keith,
truths.
so
Two
good for you
truths.
to flip a
Martin.
coin.
It's false.
Wait, three truths. Three
Three
truths.
truths.
So yeah, 3 truths, 1 false. Anima,
Well, I know a lot of fucked up stories that you told. I also know you're practicing because you know what gives away a false story. So I kind of want to think you played us and it's made up.
I think it's made up. So it's 2 falses, 3 truths on this group. The truths win here. But now we need to go to the chat. So Real Wade Nation says false, and Read by Nature says false. And drum roll, please. It's absolutely 100% true. I actually really did that because I thought it would be funny. And my goal was to see. Eclay failed. Eclay lost. My goal was actually to see if somebody would help me. Nobody would. I was acting all mentally retarded. And I thought somebody feels, but I think it's because I'm so fucking big as a human being that nobody wanted anywhere near me.
No, the real spoiler is you weren't
I
acting.
really wanted it to be made up.
But that's it. Okay. Well, I got to tell you, more people believed it, so call it true. So you guys win.
Thank you very much.
As far as the chat goes, it's 1 false,
3 false.
made up, 3 falses, they lose. You guys lost. Sorry.
It's the first time
That's
I
this
lost
week.
for the record. I can usually tell.
I have not told you every fucked up story of my life yet, baby. I've got plenty.
Yes, I
fucked
know
up,
that is
stupid.
one story you haven't
'Cause it-
told me, but yeah, I'm
There's
usually
another one
good
with the
at
same
telling.
group of guys because
Oh,
we were
no.
roommates.
Oh,
we
no.
lived together.
Nope.
We were in a
Nope.
band
Nope.
together.
Nope.
We were in one
Not
of those
tonight.
situations where we were a band and we
Not
lived
tonight.
together.
Stop it. Stop it.
And
There's no
I'll tell you
stopping him.
just one simple one. We had this girl. She showed up one time as to audition for vocals in our band, and she could not sing. It was awful. It was one of those America's Got Talent moments where the person thinks they can sing and they can't sing. They get all mad. Well, fuck you. I'm going to go home and sing my heart out. Like, no, you really can't sing. You suck. And so we thought that was the end of it. You know, we said, thank you for coming and have a nice day. I think about 4 or 5 days went by. We're having rehearsal, and my drums were against the partition where there was a door to my left and right. One went into one set of bedrooms and into the kitchen. And one to the right went into the foyer, into a bedroom, and into the out the front door. And she just comes walking in. It's a sunny morning. Sun's coming in. She comes walking in with a fucking guacamole burrito from Taco Bell. I know this because I stopped playing when I saw her, and I'm just sort of sitting there looking at my right, and all the musicians stop and they turn to see why did he stop? And we're all looking, and she goes, "Oh, I'm sorry. Is it okay if I watch you play while I eat my guacamole burrito?" And I'm like, sure. And then we got another weird one with her where something woke us up in the middle of the night. We heard a noise, and all of us come out of our rooms into the living room, and she is in the house at 1 o'clock in the fucking morning, washing her clothes in our laundry room. And we're like, hey, why are you here? Oh, I got freaked out at the laundromat, so I thought you guys would be okay if I came here and washed my laundry at your place. And I'm like, you got freaked out at the laundromat? Yeah, the guy was acting weird, but I'm not nervous. And she pulls out a fucking large shears that she had in her jacket pocket, like fucking go right through you. If she stabbed you, it would come out the back. They were that long. And I looked at that, and then I looked at my roommates, and we just all said, well, lock up when you leave. Then we went into our rooms and locked the doors. We're like, what the fuck? Insane woman. My God, that lady was crazy. She eventually just disappeared one day. I ended up writing a song about her called The Queen of Trailer Trash Babble. The Queen of, it was a punk song. She was the Queen of Trailer Trash Babble. And every single time we would sing verses and stop the music to do a quote from her that she actually would say. Like one of my favorites was whatever happened to I just forgot her name, Jane Child. Whatever happened to Jane Child? Go back into the song, and then we'd stop again. George Michael is a musical genius. And just the weirdest shit she would just say, and it ended up in the song.
Gary, she didn't disappear. She went back home.
I don't know. She could have been alien. Hey, I want to thank Snortapoopus was here. My buddy Zax was here. Kyle. Nelson Moreno is here. D. Bud Martin, the hardest working wrench in the community. Jordy Lyons, Read by Nature, DJ Play Nice, E. Clay Thomason, Penny, Monka Jubis, thank you, come again. We had 6, Sagacious 6, Jedi 6. She's always 6. We love her. She dropped a $20 super sticker. Thank you, 6 again.
Gary did not
Kissian,
get
who
this
seems
time.
to be French, one of our French viewers. Shinatsky was now on the show. Ms. Martin Muses, good to see you. I haven't seen you in a while. And Real Wade Nation, my buddy Wade was here. Anybody else read by nature? Everybody got mentioned, right? Yeah. Everybody got mentioned in the chat, right? Martin, did I say everybody? Somebody
Yes.
save me? Did I get everybody? Okay. It's in panic mode. I can't do this show without you, Martin. Don't ever leave me. Don't pull a Zax. Don't pull a Zax and hurt me. I love you, Zax. I'm so proud of him, what he's done. But again, thanks a lot. Stone Cold Loki, man, thanks for popping in, buddy. It's good seeing you.
Yeah, bro.
Laying down some knowledge. Always laying down some knowledge. Keith, thanks for being part of the Blacks. We just really appreciate it.
Oh my God.
I have missed you so much, man.
Team Black.
Team Black.
That's why.
Hopefully, those of you who have joined me on Team Black will at least have better games when it comes to basketball. And
can I be a black?
Yes, you can. Now it'll improve your game.
Yeah, because I suck at basketball. I'm just telling you. I'm good on defense. I suck at offense.
Well, my dad was black. Does that mean that I get at least free tickets?
At least half of you. I don't know which half, but half of you.
You know what? I'll go ahead and authorize the full 100%. There you go, Martin. I'll sign off on that one at the next meeting.
Absolutely. E. Clay Thomason, absolutely glad you showed up too, buddy. Dude, good show. It was fun. It was iffy at the beginning because it was just Martin, Anima, and me, but you guys showed up and made it fun. So I got to play this quick video for you. Hey guys, don't forget to click that like, subscribe, and notification button. We appreciate you watching the show. Now, back to it. Yeah, that's right. So we're going to get out of here, guys. Have a good Friday. Please remember we've got other shows tonight, starting with Friday Night Tights, Friday Night Frolics with Doomcock, and then later with Loki. And if I get a nap in, I'll be on there. I just got to be.
Yeah.
I did not sleep.
We have Gaming Night with John at 8 p.m.
That's right. Gaming on
John.
our channel right here.
I got to go see a movie here in a minute. Rumble in the Bronx in theater.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, Rumble in the Bronx.
Really?
Yes.
The Jackie
theater.
Chan film.
The Jackie Chan film. Going to go see it.
Holy
here
shit,
in
that's going
just
to be
a minute.
awesome. I love that.
Just
fucking
enough
song,
time to
dude.
come in and hang out with you guys for like an hour, and I'm waiting on the missus, and she should be here in like 10, 15 minutes, and then boom, we're leaving. So
I love
So
that
she's
that
going
end
to be there in
song.
half an hour, right?
I love that. I keep trying to tell you, I love that end song, the Jackie Chan song. It's from a New York punk band. That's a great fucking song. Okay, enjoy the movie, man. We're gonna get the hell out of here. All right, bye guys. Have a good Friday. What are we watching again, Martin? Oh, that's right. We're gonna be watching Beverly Hills Cop 2. Even more Beverly Hills 2.
That's all, folks.
Y'all come